Hola, this is the Reverend Karen Hernandez-Granzen, pastor of Westminster Presbyterian Church in Trenton. We're a multicultural, multiracial, multimedia worshiping community. And my guests tonight are, ladies first, the Dr. Lucy Guzmon, and my friend and member of Westminster and elder, Jacque Howard. Now, I have known Lucy since 2004, since you came to Trenton. And the reason why you're my guest tonight is we're going to talk about Spiritwalk, and you know how ladies are. So we talked about what to wear today.
That's right.
Because we're eventually going to be seen on WZBN. And so we're both wearing our Spiritwalk T-shirts, and that's what we want to talk about. But before we talk about this topic that is very passionate, both to Lucy as well as to Jacque, we want you to get to know who they are. Both of them are known well throughout the city, but I want to emphasize a couple things. Let's talk about the church. You were at one location, but now you are at the police?
We're at the Police Athletic League building. We came to Trenton approximately 7 years ago to do a church plant, a multi-ethnic, very similar to your own vision. In fact, we have a lot in common.
We do.
We really do. And it's interesting, we're both there in the East Ward. We're neighbors. And when we arrived, we were just renting the auditorium at St. Francis. But when we saw that the Police Athletic League facility was not being used, we just prayed that we would use it. And for the past 2 years, we've developed an outstanding relationship with the Police Athletic League. And of course, one of the reasons we wanted to use it because they have a field that we use for our soccer league.
Tell us about the soccer league.
Well, the soccer league is something that we began as soon as we arrived because part of our DNA is wellness, health. You know, we're Christians, and we believe strongly that God has told us to be a good steward of our bodies.
And that we're the temple of the Holy Spirit.
Absolutely.
Yes. Let's get biblical here.
Exactly. And so we felt that when we saw how many children were overweight, how many parents come up to us and say, you know, my kid really needs exercise. But, you know, I want to do a little introduction of the rest, and maybe we can come back to this, you know.
Yes.
But we have been here now 7 years, and Living Hope Church is like yours, multi-ethnic. We have an English service at 10, a Spanish service at 11:30, and we have a lot of programs through our Community Empowerment Center that focuses on health and wellness and prevention.
And your Living Hope Center is Empowerment Center is a 501c3.
Exactly.
And so another program that you have there that doesn't have to do with health per se, but it has a lot to do with mental health and excitement, is the speed car.
Oh, we have a racing school program.
Yes. I mean, it keeps kids off the street. It keeps them healthy because they're not getting involved in drugs and things like that.
In fact, my husband has always worked a lot with youth, and when he first came to Trenton, he wanted so much to cooperate with the former mayor on juvenile delinquency and gangs and all of this stuff, and he's been very active. And he said, you know, we need some exciting programs if we're going to attract these kids and get them off the street. And that's why we started a racing school. We have about 6 racing carts, and the kids...
The red one is my favorite. I just saw it last Monday.
Oh, you did? Well, now that the weather's getting good, sometimes they'll do a little test driving in our parking area. And this particular program is for middle school and high school kids. This is not for elementary school age, whereas our soccer league are for children 4 to age 12. And they meet on Mondays and Wednesdays, and they do a lot of car maintenance and car mechanics, which has been wonderful because it has led for several of them when they graduated in high school. We had our first high school graduates last year, and 2 went on to automotive skills.
Excellent.
Automotive schools, technical schools.
These may not become their career.
Exactly.
Excellent.
And so we are so excited that it is preparing kids to make career choices.
Yes, excellent. Thank you, Lucy. Now, Jacque, background, but also tell us a little bit about your involvement
all right, well, first
in the city of Trenton, because I'm amazed.
All right. Well, first of all, I want to say thank you for the opportunity to come. I always enjoy doing anything that's going to be promoting health and children and activities and good community relationships. I was born and raised in Ewing Township, went to Ewing High School, public school. Graduated from high school and went to the Art Institute of Philadelphia, where I have a degree in fashion marketing and merchandising.
We could tell.
Well, I was going to allude to...
You'll have to watch the show. Those who are listening will have to watch the show.
I was going to allude to that based upon the comment about how you guys are dressed, but you guys always do a wonderful job. So while I was, after I graduated school, I started to work at Jones, New York, which is a clothing manufacturer. Most women are... have heard of us, and also did some work for Ralph Lauren as well. After 14 years of working there, some corporate changes and downsizing, I got a package and was bought out. From there, I didn't transition, and I'm now working at Merrill Lynch, Bank of America, and that is my professional background.
Well, one part of your professional background that you haven't mentioned yet is being a certified massage therapist.
And I was going next. Now, I'm a nationally certified massage therapist. I graduated from the Pennsylvania School of Muscle Therapy, which is located in King of Prussia. And I was fortunate enough to work with Rider University, Brown University, Princeton University, and some professional athletes who will not be named, and some Olympians as well.
Excellent, excellent.
Right. And as far as my spiritual and my involvement with the city, I'm married. I have a wife of 10 years in May. Hi, Vanessa. And a daughter, Madeline, who is 7, going to be 8 soon. And we both live, all of us live in Trenton, literally right around the corner from the studio here. And we are big believers in getting involved in the community, yes. Not only our block, but also everything that encompasses the community, which led to the next situation where we decided as a family that it was time to move from our church that we were worshiping in and grew up in, which is a Central Baptist Church in Ewing, and make a transition to Westminster Presbyterian Church.
And it wasn't an easy or a quick choice, because I certainly did not tell you, come on down.
No, that's one thing that's so lovely about you, Karen, is that you are not someone who's a stealer of followers or members. You are very, very honest. You even coordinated with Pastor Gay and worked out something very beautiful.
He gave you his blessing. Amen.
On that. Amen. On that. But it was just so much involvement at Westminster and developing the relationships, which I believe is critical to our faith, number one, and number two, our community. And that is what Westminster Presbyterian Church, as well as, Lucy, your church and the other churches that are in this network that we'll get into the details about later, that's what we're doing, and it's something that we're living. I
so appreciate the two of you sharing your spirited passion about what you do, because when Elise Pisnick of Isles started talking to faith-based communities and to churches about starting Spiritwalk, these are the kind of people she wanted to tap into. Amen. Those who are committed not just to the spiritual but to the physical health of people. So let's talk about Spiritwalk. That's our main topic for today. And it started 6 years ago. I did a little research, and thanks to a Robert Wood Johnson Foundation grant. Westminster, Living Hope Church, Shiloh Baptist, several churches, yes. Friendship, have been involved in Spiritwalk from its inception.
Yes.
Do you know how it all got started, what the original goals were?
Well, when Elise first designated this program, she said, the best way to approach it is to get the churches involved, and so because we can create or generate a critical mass of people. Exactly. And so she went straight to concerned pastors of Trenton and vicinity, which represents 25 to 30 churches in the Trenton vicinity. And she said, we understand how you believe in good stewardship of your body, and of course we do believe, as it teaches in Corinthians, that the body is the temple of the Holy Spirit. And so thus the term Spiritwalk began because she was targeting people that realize that their body really is a gift of God and that they have to take care of it. And so when she approached the churches, and every church at Concerned Pastors began to get their coordinator and begin. And there must have been about 10, 15 churches that all sent their representatives. nevertheless, in time, we didn't want to be selfish about this blessing, and as other organizations wanted to come on board, we said, of course, you're welcome. And another thing that I remember is that she said we need to put some slogans along the way, things that would inspire you. And we just came up with so many little proverbs, but a lot of biblical verses to remind us what our commitment is to our body, and most of all to the Creator
and
of our body.
When you talk about the signs, Lucy, we're actually talking about the May Walk, the annual first Saturday in May Walk. Before we talk about that, because that's the big event we want to plug. Let's talk about the loops. Jacque, let's talk about the loops that were created around the city.
Absolutely, but I can't go into any detail about that without first giving the proper respect to the Isles organization.
Yes.
Marty and Liz, they're a married couple who are committed to the city.
They are known as the dynamic duo. Okay? They are excellent people.
Absolutely, and they're committed to seeing the city thrive. In addition to that, I have to give a plug that I'm also, and Karen, you as well, we're both board members, trustees there, so plug for Isles. But Stephen Board, who is no longer with the organization, he was instrumental in involving me. Steve made it a point to connect with me, to find out exactly what my interests were. How could he get into the subculture of the churches at Trenton? Who does he need to speak to? Who does he need to see? And Steve, again, give him kudos for the efforts that he put in.
The one-on-ones is what community organizers call it.
That's right. He was so diligent in making sure that he put not only a name with the organization of Isles, but also a face. And when he did that, we met at Westminster Presbyterian and bounced some ideas around about the loops. And I remember walking the loops with him and going around. So to back up a bit, each church that's a part of the Spiritwalk.
I think there are 10
approximately
altogether.
10 or so. We have a designated safe loop that goes around the neighborhood of the church where the congregation can meet and walk. And we've also tried to incorporate some historical aspects of it, and mainly for Westminster and for Living Hope, is that we go around Hedgepath Williams School. And for those of you who don't know, it is critical because the two families are the families who actually went to the Supreme Court to fight segregation.
Absolutely.
Yes, they desegregated the schools in New Jersey through the New Jersey State Supreme Court. And then when Brown versus the Board of Education came around, they cited this case, our state, as an example of it needed to be done and it could be done. So this time goes by so fast. We only have 2 minutes left.
To the whole thing?
Just this first section. So let's quickly say that the event that we're going to talk about more in the second half of the show will take place at Cadwallader Park, where it's been. I guess this will be the 5th year or 6th?
I'm more thinking that it's the 6th year.
Is it the 6th year?
I'm thinking, yeah.
And this year, do you know the time? Is it going to be 10 to...
Well, there's we're still discussing that as far as the subcommittee goes, but more importantly than what's going on the weekend, that Saturday that we're doing the Spiritwalk, and that's Mother's Day weekend, but we'll get into details about that, is the fact that the month of May is going to be the designated month of movement in the city of Trenton, and we've got some wonderful things to tell everybody about with that.
So we're going to talk more about that in the second half. All that's going on in May.
Yes.
Because there are a lot of activities. But right now we want to make sure that you all come back now for the second half of this to learn more about Spiritwalk.
Okay.
thousands of years, people from the Brazilian rainforest have used the acai berry for its amazing health benefits. Now we've learned it's also an amazing weight loss supplement. If you're looking to lose 10, 20, maybe even 50 pounds or more, then the Ultimate Acai Diet may be your solution. The Ultimate Acai Diet is loaded with pure organic acai extract powder and other great herbs like hoodia and green tea. You'll burn fat, control your appetite, and get an energy surge like you've never felt before. If you want to lose 10, 20, maybe even 50 pounds, order the Ultimate Acai Diet right now. We'll even give you a free bottle when you order 2. Plus, give you free shipping. Call 800-430-4149, 800-430-4149, 800-430-4149.
Now, welcome back to In the Public Interest, and the topic for today is Spiritwalk. And once again, my guest is Dr. Lucy Guzmon, pastor of Living Hope Church, and Jacque Howard, elder and community activist in the city of Trenton. So let's keep talking about Spiritwalk. Remember how fast the time went. So we have a lot of information we want to plug in here. And Jacque, thank you for lifting up some of the things we want people to know. Mm-hmm. Who's going to be involved in this Spiritwalk the first Saturday of May?
Yeah, the first Saturday of May.
At Cadwallader Park.
At Cadwallader Park. You can arrive around 8 o'clock, 8:30 in the morning, and you can register under your church or under your organization. Okay? And if we would advise that you begin publicizing, the flyers are ready to go out, and you publicize and start getting a sign-up sheet, but on that actual day, they have to sign in again. Because there is a count of how many people come representing each church. Now, is that because there's going to be a little prize or something?
There has been a prize in the past.
Well, I think this is where I'll jump in and give some more information.
Okay.
Yes.
Part of the subcommittee we're putting
Yes.
together, there will be some type of prizes. There will be entertainment. Everyone is invited to come. It is not just a faith-based walk. This is a walk for health, for everyone in the community, and you do not have to live in the city of Trenton. You can live anywhere in the area. This is something that we're trying to promote because our bodies are the temple of God, and God is the creator of all.
And also because Cadwallader Park is a gorgeous park designed by Olmsted. I mean, he practiced on Central Park and then did the real job here at Cadwallader.
I love that.
That's right. And in addition to Spiritwalk, there's a couple other things that are going to be happening during the month of May. It's still in the staging process, but our mayor, Tony Mack, is going to be designating the month of May as the month of movement. With that, there's going to be several coordinated efforts throughout the city to do different things to promote exercise. However, this isn't a situation where the city is running this walk that we're doing, the Spirit Walk. But there are some other things that are happening. Can I go to...
Yes, I was just going to say that, and one of the reasons Mayor Mack is doing this is because he's connected with the president's wife, with Michelle Obama, and that the city got an award and is encouraged to have a program throughout the year called Move On, right?
That's right. That's correct. Yep. And there's some wonderful information that's going to come out about that later on in the month of April, where there'll be a press conference where the mayor and other key people in the city will present everything that's happening. But a couple of things to think about is that City Smiles, which is a nonprofit organization run by Lisa Kassenbach, is going to have a family and community bike day in Cadwallader Park on Sunday, May 1st from 1 to 4. And at that time, there will be no car traffic allowed in the park, but it will be for families to come and get together and to enjoy the park free. With free of motor vehicle traffic for the safety issue. And you can go to citysmiles.org and get information for that. And you did mention that all over the place. Me and my very good friend and partner, David Byers, are part of the Trenton Cycling Revolution, which is a bicycling advocacy group in the city as well. And we will be having our annual Trenton Bike Tour, and that will be on Saturday, May 21st. And again, you have to get more details about that. You can go to trentoncycling.org.
So basically, that day, the bicycles are going to say, the bicycle bicyclers, those riding their bikes, will start at the park, and then they'll go...
Well, how the bike tour has gone previously, and we've tried to change the actual route periodically after a few years, is it starts at Cadwalader Park because that's a central location and it's also a historical place. Mm-hmm. We go from there and we go throughout the city of Trenton visiting historical sites. Last year's ride took us up and down the DNR Canal, down to the cemetery by Waterfront Park, also past the Trenton State Prison, and then from there we stopped at Artworks for a break and then headed on to Cadwalader Park to finish out.
So people have to get ready for this ride.
Yeah, this.
How many miles is it?
I'm not sure of all the details. Again, you can get that from the website.
It sounds like more than 3.
Yeah, this isn't something as simple as...
For those who are thinking about Spirit Walk, the most we walk is 3 miles.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And the beautiful thing about Spirit Walk this time around is that instead of going off the park, we're going to do the 1 mile walk in the park, and then those that want to do it a second or a third time will get a chance to do that. And let me just emphasize that you walk at your own pace. Yes. We all begin together, but when you end is really depending on where you're at. We've had some people that are in their 80s that walk. We have young kids. I mean, this is really a family event, and it's just something that everyone will be able to do according to whatever level they're at.
And Jacque, before we run out of time, Spirit Walk is not just the first Saturday of May.
No.
Spirit Walk is a year-round program, a year-round initiative. Talk to us about walking at Quaker Bridge.
Well, what we do in the wintertime, because some people don't enjoy cold weather and some people don't like to walk in rain either. During the winter months, generally we start around October or November, and we walk the first Saturday of every month, and we meet at Quaker Bridge Mall, and we're not part of the Mall Walkers Club, and the mall is open for everyone to go and exercise, and it's 7 days a week that it is open. But we meet there. Sometimes we have a large group, sometimes we have a smaller group, but we all walk together, we stretch together, we fellowship together, and just enjoy the time together.
Excellent. Anything else happening the day of Spirit Walk?
I was just going to say that I would encourage diabetics to come out. Diabetes it's just on the rampage, and one of the ways to even prevent going from pills to maybe insulin dependent is dependency is to get out there and do some exercise, because that will lower your sugar level. And so I would personally encourage, I am a diabetic, and I have found how I can use exercise to lower my sugar levels. So I encourage all diabetics out there, do something for yourself and avoid the complications that can come. This requires a lifestyle change. And that's why it's so important that we talk about Spirit Walk as something that we can do on a monthly and even a weekly basis. I know that at Living Hope Church we encourage people to walk around our outside area a mile at least 3 to 5 times a week.
That's excellent.
And even the walk at the mall, which we've always had a great turnout, we say that's only once a month. Spirit Walk at Cadwalader Park is only once a year. Now, what are you doing the other days and weeks of the year? So I would encourage everyone that wants health, that wants an improved mental outlook, that wants to overcome depression. There are so many wonderful benefits that will occur if you get your body moving. Not to mention all the fellowship with all the people, with your family, with the churches. It's a great time of fellowship.
I appreciate that you, 1 second, Jacque. I appreciated that, Lucy, you brought up the issue of diabetes, and another issue for New Jersey and for Trenton is the rate of overweight and obesity. 56% of New Jersey's residents are obese or overweight. 38% of New Jersey 6th graders are overweight or obese. And 1 in 3 Americans born in 2000 will develop diabetes.
That's right. Absolutely.
Jacque, go ahead, please.
So a couple of things that I wanted to do with piggyback on with what Lucy was saying was that we have to look at this as a whole and holistically.
Yes.
And that means we have to do this constantly. This needs to be a habit. putting down the soda and the juice, drinking the water.
I gave up soda during Lent.
All right.
for
It was
you.
hard. It's hard. It's hard.
is.
I have drank soda all my life.
Yeah, and in addition to that, thinking about, hey, how can I make a better choice? Should I not have something that's fried and maybe do something that's
Right.
baked or grilled? Lots of restaurants now give you options
Yes.
for lower calorie choices.
Right.
There's no reason to say, hi, I cannot do that. But yes, we can. It's just a matter of making a few different choices.
And if we have some organizations, associations that are listening, I would encourage you to contact Isles and get one of their community gardens. We did that last year, and it was just wonderful how people were just sharing the fruit of their labor. There was one person that, I don't know why he concentrated on eggplants. Maybe he likes it, but he was giving out so many eggplants, vegetables, fruits, vegetables. Please remember that exercise is important. It will burn up calories, but you need to combine that with healthy food choices as well.
Yep. And
Excellent.
I'm glad you brought up the fact that Isles in a community garden. Later on this month, and you can get all the details on the Isles website, we're going to be having a historic ox and plowing method that's going to be done at the garden, which is just off of Greenwood Avenue. But you can get all the details on the Isles website.
Are you talking about the garden at our place,
No,
Westminster?
this is actually Isles is one of Isles' other community
Other
gardens
community
down the
gardens.
street from us.
Down the street from us. Where?
Yeah, headed
Next to the
towards the
high
train
school?
station.
Okay.
Correct. So, again, that's something you can get from the isles.org website. But in addition to that, our garden at Westminster Presbyterian Church, which again was developed by a landscape architect, David Byers, I mean, we are expanding that garden this year, so it's going to extend, and it'll be well over several thousand feet. And again, part of what we're doing is to introduce to the community that you can go out and you can grow. You can get some fresh vegetables from yourself. And that's what we're going to keep pushing for.
So what we're doing is what the New Jersey Partnership for Healthy Kids is trying to promote, making the healthy choice the easy choice.
Yes.
So we've got 3 minutes. So we've got time to keep sharing. You mentioned getting in touch with Isles. You mentioned the website, www.isles.org. Isles is ISLES.org. And then the telephone number is 609-341-4758, and ask for Elise, and you'll get more information. Lucy has
Yeah.
volunteered.
I wanted to encourage all of our Spanish speakers to please come out. You don't have to speak English to walk, and we have flyers in Spanish, and if anyone has a language problem, you can, my phone number is on the flyer. You can call me at 609-858-2706, and I will help you with any information to involve Spanish associations.
And I just want to give a plug too. For those of you who are computer friendly, go to Trenton 350. It's a blog site that I've just started, and we're trying to do some different things to get away from the negative images and the negative press, and shine some light on the positive things that are happening in the city. This is a wonderful art city. There's lots of culture. It's very diverse. It's only 7 square miles. It's learning to be bicycle friendly. It's walkable, and there's all kinds of different places that you can go and worship and serve. Just need to get involved.
Thank you so much, Jacque.
And it's rain or shine. Our Spirit Walk is rain or shine.
That's
but you know
important.
what?
Yes.
Even if there's a little sprinkling, just say, wow, this is going to cool me off. You know? So
Right.
there's no reason not to turn out. And the weather will be wonderful in May.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Dr. Lucy Guzmon, and thank you so much, Jacque Howard.
My pleasure.